everybody, it's Michael Buckley and welcome back to The Struggle is Real. This is my friend Jaclyn Glenn. Hey Jaclyn, hey! So for those of you who don't know your YouTube, tell them about your channel.
Okay, well I talk about religion and politics and controversy and stuff.
What inspired you to do that, and did you have a different format before that?
No,
You wanted to talk about important shit.
Yeah, I just kind of vent and rant, because my family is super conservative and religious, so I can't talk to them.
Damn.
So I just talked to a camera, and somehow that worked for me.
I always say I feel like vlogging is free therapy. There's sometimes in my life where I feel very low or very struggling, and then I start talking, and then like 6 minutes later I'm like, oh, I can get on with my day now.
Yes.
So in a way, have you found vlogging therapeutic for you?
Oh my gosh, so much. Because there's a whole community of people out there that support you.
Yeah.
You know, so it's nice.
Yeah. Well, I love your videos, and I've been watching for not that long, but I remember when I became aware of you, I'm like, I like her, and I like what she's saying, and I like that she's brave.
Thanks.
So on this channel, I've been talking about like my struggles and my obstacles, and I've been making videos with my YouTube friends, and I'm basically just asking them that question, and what has been something in your life that's been a major obstacle or a major struggle, and how did you overcome it? So when you think back, how old are you now?
I'm 28.
You're 28. So over your 28 years, when you think back, like I always think, oh, my mother died when I was this age, oh, I got divorced. Like what were some of your major obstacles, and how did you overcome them?
Wow, that's a very loaded question.
I know.
I have a lot of those. I mean, I guess I could say like all of my major obstacles kind of can be summed up into one time period in my life where I was married, I was going to medical school, and I lived in Florida, and I was super unhappy, and I was using YouTube as an outlet to kind of just like let loose and have fun. And that was judged by everyone, because not only because of what I talked about, but because YouTube was like, what are you doing? You're talking to a camera, putting on the internet, what's wrong with you?
Right.
It was kind of judged, and no one really got it back then.
Right.
So I just kind of got to a point where I was so unhappy that I'm like, you know what? Screw it. And I moved to California, and I stopped going to school, and I got a divorce, and that was for other reasons too, but it was very merited.
Yeah.
And then I moved to California, and I started doing YouTube full time, and I am like way in a better place now.
So what was the triggering point that I'm at this point where I can't do this anymore? What was in your head? What made you make? Because that's a lot. This is a big leap. I'm leaving my marriage. I'm leaving life as I know it in Florida.
Yeah.
I'm leaving this career path of medical school.
Yeah, I know, right?
So when was the turning point, and what was it like? Or was it over like weeks, months, a year? Or was it like one day you woke up and you're like, I need a change?
You know, it was sudden. You know, you would think that something like that would be something you'd plan, but for me it was like, you know what? This is not going to end well for me if I keep doing this. And I was so unhappy. I'm like, you know what? It's either like something terrible happens to me, or I just try and start my life over somewhere else.
Yeah.
So it was just like a fresh start.
And when you got to LA, was it relief, or were you struggling, or were you just so glad to be there? Like, what was your first like month in LA? Yeah.
I mean, like, I lived in a studio apartment with a friend.
Okay.
So it was like,
you just wanted out. You're like, I'll live anywhere. I'll live in a drawer. Like
I had debt from. I didn't care.
Yeah.
And it was fine. Like the financial thing was kind of a struggle at first, but it eventually worked. So you know, I got lucky. But
now, in terms of divorce, because I'm divorced too. How long were you married?
Well, okay. Legally, like 4 years,
okay.
But it fell apart after like 2.5.
Okay. So now, what do you think post-divorce life, like what have been some of your challenges, and what's your...
I don't have any.
No, you love it.
No, it's great. Like, it's so weird because like looking back when it just was like another person.
Yeah.
Like I don't even really identify with that.
You at that age.
Yeah.
Also, can I say, I was talking to someone on the plane on the way here, and I was talking about, I mean, not to be all psychobabbly, but your brain isn't fully formed until you're 28, and I really don't think you should choose a life partner until you're 30. No, yeah. Because who you are at 22, 23, 24 resembles nothing of who you are at 32, 33, 34.
I'm so different now. Yeah, I tell all my friends, I'm like, please do not like settle down and get married until you're in your 30s.
Right.
Seriously, because you never know who you're going to be. Like, I did not know who I was, so how could I make that kind of a decision, you know?
So if you were looking for somebody now, what type of person would you think you would like to be? Would you want to get married again? A lot of people,
I still am. I mean, like, that's kind of why I did it. I was traditional, and I want, you know, the White House and picket fence and all the traditional bullshit. But, you know, when I'm an adult and have my life figured out. And it's not so much, it's more like figuring myself out first, and then I feel like the rest will just kind of fall into place.
Exactly. And that's so people who write to me and they're 23, 24, and they're so worried, or they're 18 and they're a virgin, I'm like, you're 18, you're 20. Again, you have so much time.
I still feel like I have time.
You do have so much time.
Yeah.
I mean, I got married, I met my ex-husband at 26, and I remember thinking, if I don't get married by the time I'm 27, I'm going to be like an old maid, and now I'm 41, and I'm so young. I have time. Well, you know, but don't ever rush and don't ever get married because you think you need to get married, or your parents want you to get married, or society wants me to get married.
Well, yeah, I mean, where I lived and stuff, that was kind of normal. You know, for me and my friends.
23, 24, right done, you're married.
Yeah.
Right.
So, you know, I just kind of went with what I thought was expected of me instead of just like making my own choices.
Well, I think you're a great example of, 28 years old, next chapter in your life, you were in a situation you didn't like, you made the steps to make a new life for yourself, and you have, and I am so impressed with you as a person, but also as a fellow content creator. I'm so impressed with the content that you put out in the world, so thank you for being the voice that you all are. Stop. So please check out Jaclyn's videos, links below, and thank you for being here.
You're so sweet.
You're so sweet. All right, good.